One day, I hope that you will be in this room on interview. I am a terrible interviewer, honestly. I'm a terrible interviewer because I don't go in the order in which you're supposed to do things. You're supposed to say, tell me about yourself, and what are you interested in, and what sort of studies have you done, and what was your best rotation, or name me a circumstance that was difficult for you and how you got out of it. That's not how I do interviews. I tend to do them by sense of smell. Offer that person a contract, or, no good. So you have to go through a process. Now, that's what most people will do. So what does the interviewer look for? Number one, they want to look that you're engaged and interested. Number two, enthusiastic. Number three, you've got to have some questions for the person interviewing you or you don't look interested. So you have a smile on your face. You'll have sets of questions. If there's a nice website for the hospital you're interviewing at, find something you can ask about. And also, it's like any relationship, anything that the person says or does is funny, and you're so happy, and they have your attention. Next, from the minute you come in the door, you've got to be nice to everybody. You've got to be nice to the ancillary staff out front, to the secretaries and administrative assistants, administrators. And you've got to be nice to everybody because those people might report back and say, ooh, you like that person? That person was nasty and mean and talked down to us. So beyond those things of what does an interviewer look for, there's some subjectivities. People tend to like people who are like themselves. I'm large, loud, friendly, outgoing, and emotional. So I tend to like large, loud, friendly, outgoing, and emotional people. Large personality, I mean. Other people are more quiet, and they tend to like quieter people. 70% of doctors are introverts when you do a Myers-Briggs personality index. So it'll tend to be that you'll have to be a little bit quieter for people quietly enthusiastic. Now, if you have more than 3 or 4 interviews, statistically speaking, you have an 80 to 90% chance of matching. Once you hit 4 interviews, it goes to about 90% chance of matching. So if you're in the position of having 4 or more interviews and you're going to match, then I would let it go where you just are true to yourself. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it follows as the night, the day, that thou cannot be false to any other man. If you have enough room to move with 4 or more interviews, then if you're a quiet person, be quiet. And like me, if you're loud, be loud, because the people that will think that you're a good person to be with are going to select you. They're going to select you. And the ones that don't like that type, it's better you don't match with them anyway. You'll just be miserable. It's really hard to say I'm going to be someone I am not for the interview. Now, let's say that you do want to be someone you're not for the interview. Then you'll act like the person in front of the room. If they're quiet, you're quieter. If they are waiting for you to ask a question, then you wait for them to ask a question. What the interviewer looks for is hard to say because it's subjective. Basically, what can you do in a 20-minute interview that USMLE hasn't assessed? You know what you do? Screening for psychosis. So some days, this is what I think we should do as an interview. What we do is we take some money, we throw it on the ground. Then we leave the room for a few minutes, and then we watch to see whether the person takes the money and puts it in their pocket. That would probably be just as good. I know it's anxiety-provoking, the interview. I know. And I'm not entirely wrong about the screening for psychosis thing. But remember, you're interviewing them too.